Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So, we're back again in Factorio. um, to be honest, I already forgot what I was supposed to be doing in this game. But we'll see. This is the demo that I am playing. So, bear in mind that um, there are certain features that might not be available. So, such as there is no multiplayer or map editor. I'm just testing this demo and see whether or not I like it or not. And so far, I've had a lot of fun playing this game actually. And um, let's jump into the game, shall we? Okay, so okay, I remember now. So last week, I am playing this game. I am trying to get green stuff, green juice. I already forgot. Is it shift click? Control click? Yes, control click. I already forgot the tips that the viewers have given me. I already forgot what to do, what to do. Okay, so T is for research. I'm trying to build a car. I remember now. All the component has been researched, so I just need to build the car right now. Okay. What about this? Keep forgetting. I need to control click. How to open inventory again? R? E? E is E. Oh, okay. Man, I ran out of green juice quite, quite a lot. Okay, what is the problem here? Okay, so this assembling machine is full. Can I somehow speed it up? Um, because this assembly machine is already full. It's for making distributor arm. Hello, Vigor. Hello, hello. Yes, I'm back in Factorio for a demo. It has such an extensive gameplay. I'm quite surprised. Okay, and then what? How have you been? How's your weekend so far, Vigor? Did you do anything interesting? Okay, so far everything is good. I just need to wait for this assembling the green juice to work quickly. Okay, so what I need right now is actually I can do this. I can build another green juice machine. So let's try that. Just went to the beach. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay, let's start with this assembling machine 2. Okay, and then I need power. Okay, that's um should I do this? Yes, I should. Whoops. Oh my god, it looks like it looks like my Windows Windows usage. Okay, how okay, and then what? Okay, so I need to make green juice transport belt. I've already have inserted. So I need to make a transport belt. So in order to do that, I need to put wooden chest, wooden chest here, then get transporter belt, transport belt, then put it here. Hopefully I'm doing this the right way. And then what? Then put stuff in here? Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then I need to make another what is this? Steel chest? No. Wooden chest would suffice in this case. Okay, let's put it here, shall we? Okay. Things should be moving. So, Vigor, in a game you play, Clash Royale, they will add a new evolution for a card that is still that is kind of broken. Oh, sorry, I was thinking I think I've known about that, but yeah, do let me know what kind of ability that the card have. That is what you say broken. There must be a reason why you call it broken. So yeah, basically in this game you need to automate stuff, but given that I'm still learning how to do stuff, so things might not be as well ironed out, well thought out or something like that. I'm just doing stuff that what is this? Are you not working? Hello? Okay, you are working. Okay. Interesting. So the card that gets the evolution denied, he is 3 elixir cost card that has a 2300 plus health and 200 plus damage in max level with 1.2 second of attack speed. Okay, okay. So what makes him broken, Vigor? Is that a really high health pool, or does it have a high damage output? Okay, we are so close to finishing up the mobility stuff. The evolution will still be 3 elixir, but he will have 50% extra health and 10% extra damage. Ooh, a beefy upgrade. And hitting zero point 0.3 second faster, and the ability is that while moving he has 80% damage reduction. Ooh, very tanky. So it makes him really hard to kill, huh? With the 80% damage reduction on top of his high health pool. Interesting. Okay, so we can now build a car. Easier said than done. So this, I need to have iron plate and engine unit. So let's start with engine unit, shall we? Oh god, okay. I need to change the notification sound. It's really loud in my ear. Will you be able to transfer the stuff I have done in the demo into the main game later? I think so. Wait, let me check in Steam. It does have cloud Steam Cloud, which means it does save my progress somehow. Interesting. Yeah, it's a little bit of a jump scare because the sound is a little bit loud in my ear. So it's so that I don't miss out on the notification that is happening. All Vigor also in a website you made your own backroom levels. Ooh, yeah, sure. Vigor, how about this? If you want me to check something, why not post it on the Discord? Sometimes I forgot to check um, the link that you give to me on the Twitch chat here because after I stream, I sometimes I I turn my brain off basically. Thank you. Okay, so I do need to make an engine, so I need a lot of pipe. A pipe, where is it? Pipe, pipe. I need iron plate. Okay. Can do. We have a ton of iron plate. That should be enough. What else? I can do this. The recipe cannot be crafted by hand, so I need to make an assembling machine. Okay, I totally forgot about that. Luckily, we have this. Okay, where can I make that doesn't require that much? You know what? Why not? Why not put it in here? I do need to make that. Okay. Do need to change this. Change this. do this. Is it like this? No, like this. Okay, what? Put an arm here. Put electric pole here. What else do I need again? For an engine, I need steel plate, iron gear, and pipe. Okay, let's... Whoops. What's my Discord? Oh gosh, okay. The link will be on the Twitch, on my Twitch page. If you go to my profile, you can see a link to my to my Discord server. But if you want to type it, the link URL is on the cat in this area. Oh, okay, shoot. Did I not update? Okay, okay, just hang on, okay? Hang on, Vigor. I'll do it like this. Okay, how am I supposed to send this? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna pause that. You know what? No. Just leave it like that. You know what's funny? I I don't have I don't have the Twitch apps on my phone. Oh god. Hence why I don't have enough time to watch other people stream. So let me do this. Okay. There we go. Sheesh. Okay, there we go. So there's the link. My god. I thought I already updated my Twitch. Is it not? Interesting. Let me just check my channel. Okay, where is it? Okay, there is a there is a Discord link. It's just that it's on the bottom. Maybe I should change the maybe I should change the hierarchy of stuff. That's okay. Uh okay, now back back to the game. Oh gosh, okay. There we go. Nah, don't worry, Nero. I am pretty much a local myself. I don't even talk that much in the Discord server. The Discord server is basically just stuff that people post so that I can read it later. Okay, now we're back into the game. Okay, now what? Oh shoot, I do need to make some more. Okay. Catch the ball. Yo, okay. Oh. Got it. Okay, okay. I'm getting distracted. Okay. What? Okay. I need to make some more chest. Put it here. Put it here. Arm. And what else? What else can I do? What is the recipe again? I need pipes. Okay, I can make some pipes. Okay, that should be enough for me right now. So put it. What? Okay, and then I need an electric pole. My God, look at this mess. What? Put it like that. My God, I need this. A steel plate. My God. Okay, let's. Do I? Okay, I do. Whoops. Okay. Now we're talking. How long do you think it's gonna take? Not long, actually. Okay, now we get the engine and then open up the. I can already. Oh no. Oh my God, I need eight? I need eight engine unit. Oh shoot. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You like the emotes? Yeah, that's other people's emote, not mine. I'm not yet qualified to make an emote. What? Okay, I need to take this away. Man, I can't wait to make a car so that I can go vroom vroom out of this place. What else can I make in the meantime? I can make heavy armor. Start research, please. Interesting that even with the green juice inside of the research center, the 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 research is still going through. Interesting. Increase my mining speed, weapon shooting speed, projectile damage. Maybe I should do this, huh? Okay. Oh, that emote. Isn't that Mercy Swing? Yes, it is. It's the pink Mercy. Have you guys played Overwatch before? I used to play Overwatch, but my aim is trash. So I've never played competitively because I know I would just become a hindrance. I mostly play arcade. You once did? Ooh. What character did you play and which one do you like more? uh, as for me, I like in Overwatch 1, I like Symmetra. I like Ana. I like Moira. Mostly I like supports. Um I like um I like Reinhardt. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Or occasionally I would play me. A bit of everything. Sombra, Junkrat, Widowmaker, Diva. Ooh, yes, I do love Diva. I love Orisa and sometimes Mercy. Ooh. Presents for everyone. Ooh. That's a lot of present. What's inside the present, bigger? So yeah, basically, nowadays I don't know. I don't really enjoy playing Overwatch. The last time I played Overwatch is on stream actually. It's during the Halloween. Oh my god. Still 5? Oh, I ran out of pipes. Interesting. You played until they changed the competitive mode in Overwatch 1. Is it the 222 that make you stop? Because that is quite a while ago, huh? Yeah, I love playing Overwatch because the characters in that game is really unique. And I don't know, because usually when you are playing a shooter game, it's basically all these rough men, all these for example COD, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare games, something like that. All all have monotonous, realistic shooting game. I find that really tiresome. But in Overwatch, there's a fantasy aspect of it, so I enjoy that. But then something changed and makes me not want to play it again. You choose your character based on the map, but if you have to decide on a role beforehand, you can't do that anymore. I do agree with that. Because yeah, I do understand why. I mean, if you can't play the game as it was marketed in the first place, then you can't fully enjoy it. Okay, what? Then you can't enjoy it as intended by the developer. What am I missing here? Hello? I need iron gear. Oh, okay. I ran out of iron gear because that's what makes Overwatch unique. The ability to change character to fit the need of the game. I've heard that nowadays it is so much worse because there's only one tank and basically you have to play there's a lot of pressure for you to play a tank. You don't play correctly, you would get blamed by your teammates. I mean, some people do like the aspect of Overwatch where you simply have to compete. They like being competitive, but that's not my style, I guess. Tell me, are you finished? Yes, we do. Okay. We have 11 engine. What can we do? Okay, we can make a car now. Please tell me. Yes, vroom vroom. Oh my god, I need uh steal the car and take it for a test drive. Okay. Where is the coal? Nothing. Okay, interesting. It's a mess nowadays. Yeah. Yep. I mean, the last time I've seen that game was that there's a lot of balancing issues inside that game. Can't even imagine how people can play that game in and out every single day. It's more grindy nowadays than it was when there's a loot box system in that game. I can't I can't even imagine people would actually miss the loot box system in Overwatch in all of things. Okay, can I Oh, oh. Okay, so let me think. There's a trunk space here. Press enter to get into the car. What weapon? Vehicle machine gun. So I do need a lot of machine gun ammo. Uranium rounds? What? Okay, let me see. I do need a ton of iron plate. Okay, I can change this into something else. Okay, I do already create one. Why is it? Oh, I remove the arms from the production line. It's because I need a lot of um metal plate. I see, I see. Okay, okay. I see now. I can see things clearly now. Vigor, in Clash Royale, you have a problem. You win some level and wait, what? You win same level enemies and lose from underleveled opponents. Now, in which world is this possible? Is it because of is the enemy strong against certain type? I know certain game mechanic doesn't only require you to be a high level, but also to match or oppose the enemy type in order to win. Also, Nero, it takes quite some skill to make a system so bad that loot box are the better option. I know battle passes are a scourge upon humanity, and it's not just Overwatch too. It is such a problem in other places as well. And some people even play pay a lot of money. I can't relate to that. Okay, so 200 is the maximum of weapon that I can I can put inside the car for now. Okay, I do need to take this. Whoops. You yearn for a shooter without a battle pass. I mean, recently there's a game. It's not a shooter, but there recently a game called um let me remember this correctly. Um Baldur's Gate? Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is um an offline single player game, and surprisingly, shocker, it has a really high player base right now. I Who could have guessed that a fun single player game without microtransaction, without DLC and whatnot, that have scourged modern gaming is now a top selling game of all time. It even beats Resident Evil 4 remake, which is odd. You would think that modern gaming requires all of that microtransaction and so on like that to be a requirement, but that game shows that it is not. It is not a required aspect of the game for it to be successful. So I hope that future games would follow that game's footstep. I really dislike. I mean, I can accept DLC, certain DLC, but certain microtransaction is kind of scummy. You would think that you pay full price for a game and you get the full experience, but no, you don't, which is odd. What? I need fuel. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Okay, I can take a few coal from here. Okay. I also need to put um spare coal in my trunk so that I would not get stuck in the middle of nowhere. Same goes with machine gun. I would hate to be somewhere. Oh, it's full. Oh, okay, okay. I would hate to be stuck somewhere where I'm not able to defend myself. You hope the Elden Ring DLC will be good, though so far from software has never been you have never been disappointed. Okay, here's the thing. From what I can hear about From Software games, From Soft, their games are, even without DLCs, they are really, really good. Meaning that you are not paying to win. It is a really, really skill-based game that even if you do pay for certain DLC, you get more lore. It's not less. But certain modern games is that you pay full price for the game and the game is not even completed. I'm looking at you, 277. The reason why I said that is because the game is full of bugs. Given that the game has been delayed for quite a while, I'm I'm quite shocked to see that there are issues with the game at launch. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. If you if you can if you need to delay the game, basically you just delay the game. A delay I think Elden Ring is also delayed, right? But um even if their game were delayed, the end result of the game was not as buggy as as other games that were released in the previous generation. Soulsborne and Kirby games are the only big franchises one can trust. What about oh god, um Zelda? Zelda games, basically Nintendo games are really well fleshed out, right? Kirby games are also from Nintendo, right? I think so. Basically, Nintendo games are, well, with the exception of certain developers, I guess. Um, I've seen people complain about Pokemon games, but I'm not sure if that's coming from a hater point of view or from an objective point of view. But I know that a lot of people praise um, Legend of Zelda, Tears of a Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. A lot of people do like that game. Ooh, introduction. Zack Z to drop items. What? What? What is this? Oh my god. It doesn't make sense. Okay. How? Okay, if I pick this guy up, look at this. It only require one tile, one small tile, but if I use this, it is this huge behemoth. Okay, you do you, I guess. Zelda has been doing good as well. So Pokemon has been disappointing as well. Oof. Is it the gameplay that is the problem? Or is it a graphic problem? Oh, this guy has exhaust. Okay. I'm not that into Pokemon. I've never played any Pokemon games. Yeah, which is odd because I've I used to watch a lot of my friends play Pokemon card game, but I personally haven't played it myself. Okay, so I think we should have enough coal. Okay. The story in the newest one was quite alright, but the games have been full of bugs and the graphic and animations are very cheap. Okay, the only Pokemon games I have experience in, not experience, but I've watched other streamers play it before, is Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's from a streamer I watched 2 years ago. They were doing a a single type Pokemon. I'm not even sure. It sounds like confusing as hell. But if you say that the story in the newest one was quite alright, but full of bugs and graphic and animation are very cheap. That is, and you pay full price for that, right? And is it $60 or is it $70 nowadays? I already forgot. Some people do pay full price for it, which is nuts. I have to, I have to say, I can't even imagine paying full price for a game that is buggy. Why do I have two submachine gun? Okay, whatever. What else can I? Okay, I do need to take this. Okay, let's have a broom room. Oh, what? Oh my god. Oh, okay, it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? Hello? Okay, that's enough joyriding. I should pack for the trip. I don't know what I'm walking into there. Okay, so, okay. I need iron plate, copper plate. Okay, I need a lot of it. Okay. Okay, let's get all of that. You there, stop. Oh, I can get hurt? My god. My god. Okay, let's put all of the copper ore. Okay, and then what? Do I need to put coal inside of this again? I don't think so. Oof. Um, I I could get some. I need to get used to driving. It's really, really. Uh-oh. Okay, okay. Whoops. I do need to put it. I do have a ton of copper, so not that worried. Wait. Wait. How many copper? Oh my god, we have a ton of copper, so I don't have to worry about copper anymore. Um, a broom broom. Uh, You sent the link on Discord, Vigor. When will I watch it? I'm not sure yet, Vigor. But I think I'm gonna watch it off stream. Uh, wait. Oh, okay. I did see um the post that you sent in my Discord. I will check it. Okay, you gotta go. Your phone overheats. Okay, thank you so much for dropping by, Vigor. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you later then. Okay, so what is my plan here? I need a ton of copper plate. Okay, copper plate done. Oof, okay. Let's deal with our copper supply right now. How many iron plate I need? I need 400s. Okay, 400 is it doable for us? Do you guys think? We have 179. We need what? How many gun turret? 20? Dang, okay. That should be enough. Hmm. Okay, what else? What else can we do? Gun turret. Okay, let me have a look. How can we... Gun turret requires... Oh, we do. We do have two of them. So we need 18 more. Okay, so 20 iron plate, 10 copper plate. Okay, doable. Doable. I can do this. We have a ton of copper plate, ton of iron plate, so okay, and then what? Can we first of all, let's deposit all of our copper ore into this. And then get some iron plate. While we here, let's get gears. Um, iron plate. And then what? And then let's... Ooh, we have enough to make 20 of them. Okay, that should be enough. Nice. We do have all of this done. Nice. Do I need steel plate? No, we have a lot of steel plate, so I'm not that worried about steel plate right now. What else? What else do we need to do? I think we reach the best that we can do. We just need to wait for the turret to finish crafting, and then we can simply move to the next section? Question mark. I do need to increase this, huh? Increase the damage of physical projectile-based weapon, turrets, and defender robots. Okay. So, we only need 6 more of them. Okay. Doable, doable. We do have a ton of red juice, so it should be able to finish this. You know what? I should leave behind the stone. I don't need that much stone. Having a stone furnace is good, but transport belt, I don't need a lot of them. I only need like what, two? Two stack of it? Maybe three. Um, burner inserter is good. I don't need this much inserter. Okay, we do need that wood. Pistol is good to have. Engine, electronic circuit. Okay, everything is good. Everything is good, everything is peachy. Ooh, we have finished crafting our turrets. Let's put our turret inside the car. Physical projectile is finished. Thank you. Victory! Okay, that should be do it. Nice. Whoa. Hello? That's not me driving. Oh my god, look at this. What is this monstrosity? Well, this doesn't look too good. I don't see any engineer corpses, so they must have escaped in time. Interesting. It looks like they were researching advanced technologies here. Interesting, interesting. If I repair the base, I can continue their research. I will need to repair the real infrastructure too. The local resources patch the local resource patches will run dry soon. Okay. Repair the base and research automated rail transport. Hmm. Let's start with... My god, look at this. Rail signals, explosives. What is this? Research speed, tool belt, weapon shooting speed increase. Okay, this is... I didn't research this. I didn't research weapon shooting speed, nor do I research this, the steel axe. So basically, I do not need to do that, huh? Solar energy. Ooh. Solar energy sounds good. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start with that. Okay. So there is a close body of water that I can use to make hydroelectric. Ooh. There's already solar. It produces 100% of the power output, which drops to 0 at night. So why is it? What? So I need fuel here. So this is coal, this is stone, this is iron. Steam engine. Laser turret. Oh, oh snap. Okay, okay. Transport belt. Okay. What's the function of that? What? Oh, okay, the pipes. I need to fix the pipe connection. Okay, 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 okay. How can I get out of here? Okay, there we go. Whoops. Oh, snap. That is the wrong direction, huh? Nice. And then we do need to fix this somehow. Oh, wait. Medium electric pole. Oh, okay. So it really, hmm. Solar is good, but not as good at night. And what about this? Not plugged in. So it does work? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. This is a medium electric pole. What's the point again? I'm doing this. Ooh. I do need to to make this. Okay, laser turret is on. Okay, okay. So this is iron ore mine. What is this? This is the enemy base. We have two of them. Okay. Iron ore, stone. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. How can I make a medium electric pole? I can't. Okay. That's okay. We do have a ton of this. We should be fine. Okay, now coal can be produced. And we should be able to power this. Okay. Oh, what is this? Underground belt. Can I research that? I can. Oh, snap. You know what? Yeah, why not? Yeah. Okay, steam power on. Oh, okay. You gonna leave? Okay. Nero, thank you for dropping by, okay? Thanks you for watching. Really do appreciate it. Have a nice day. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Okay, we do need to do something about this. Something about this is supposed to be underground. This is supposed to be a door. This is supposed to be a wall. Okay. Steam engine. Running in series. But how am I supposed to power them? It's a boiler. Oh, I get it. Okay. So let's make a pipe to the ground. Do we have any? No, we don't. I am so confused. Isn't isn't there a way for me to do this somehow? No? How did how did the steam goes from one spot to another? Consume steam. This is the boiler. Am I missing something? This is the pipe. And then what? Oh, 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 oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Oops. 30 is in the way. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, okay, I do need to make a wall. Otherwise, I will get my ass kicked someday. Stone furnace. Do we have any stone furnace? Can we make a stone furnace? Okay. We can make it. Okay, let's put it here, shall we? Then put some coal. Put some stone inside of this to make brick. I do need to I need to repair all of this as soon as possible. Otherwise, I am gonna have a tough time defending my area. What is this? Okay, extractor, iron, not iron, mining, electric mining. We do have five of them. That stone. My God, I don't need stone. Do I need stone? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Let's do this step by step, shall we? Let's focus on the power first and figure out a way to protect our sources. We need a lot more to fix this. Okay. Hmm. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make another furnace just to help me with this. Where is it? There, let's put it here. I do need coal. Man, okay. Um, electric arm. Electric arm, do it like this. I need to make iron chest. Yes, iron chest would suffice in this case. Can I have a faster? No, this is a long hand. Fast inserter requires... Okay, let me do that. Yes, okay. Thank goodness. It now working quickly, which is imperative because I do need to use a lot of coal. Okay, put it stone. Put stone. Okay, now this wall is fully protected. Now for this. Okay, okay. We do need a lot more. I guess especially the solar part, huh? Okay. Hmm. What more can we do? Okay, I already ran out of stone. Which means I need to figure out a way to somehow... Okay. How's this? I am gonna do that. Put an electric mining... Whoops. Somewhere around here, I suppose. This is all gonna be stone production. Is it? Yeah, it's gonna be stone production. And this is gonna be... Okay, it's supposed to be an not iron, coal production. So I am gonna put it around here? Here. Okay, coal. Nice. We do need to power stuff, so let's do it like this. Okay, good, good. Hmm. I don't like this. Okay, I am gonna move this into somewhere like this. Oh, come on. Okay. What? Can I do it like this? Okay, I can. Okay. So this part, upper part is gonna be stone. You know what? I am gonna do it like this. Just so that I can harvest everything. Whoops. Wrong way. There we go. Okay, we have a ton. Have a ton of coal. Okay. I just need to focus on this. Oops, we have a ton of coal. Okay, now it is fully the wall of the steam engine and the boiler room is fully enclosed. So that's a great sign. I need to make a gate somehow. Okay, so what is on our agenda? We do need to make a science center, lab research speed. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's do our boiler room first, and then we can figure out a way to do other stuff. We need a lot of stone furnace, huh? Where is it? Stone furnace require a lot of stone. Figures. Okay, what about... Let's make some wooden chest. And then we do already have an inserter. But no electricity. Oh, we can do it like this. Somehow this power output is 0. Oh no, it's not. Available power is 900 kilowatt. 900 kilowatt per 900. Okay. So it's full basically, right? Or is it? Okay, so next I need to do this. Steam engine. Interesting. Okay, so I only need to make one more of this steam engine. Okay, that should do it right now. Okay, so it is night. Can I get out? I can't get out. Hello? Interesting. Okay. What's next? We have a lot of coal, we have a lot of stone. So now we only need to focus on making other stuff. This is radar, gun turret. We need to make this somehow. There must be a reason for this place, right? What is this? Steel furnace. Okay, so the fuel can be coal. I can do a splitter here, right? Fast splitter. Okay, let's do that. Put it here, I guess. Okay, what is going on here? I don't need... interesting. One to one. I don't think we're gonna need stone into this main belt. And we do have a lot of... What? What's up with this 50-50 stuff? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna decommission you. And so does you. So I'm gonna just focus on this two line. Okay, that should do it. Now we just need to divert this into down here. Okay. What? What are you doing again? I'm really confused. Okay. Okay, we out of transport belt. Okay, there must be a resource somewhere that I am missing. Okay, so we do need stone. What? So it's not a problem whatsoever for me to do. Okay, I'm such a dum dum. Okay, you know what? Fine. We need a lot more of this transport belt. Do need to make underground belt. Interesting. Not moving? What is the function of this? I'm really, really... out of the loop in this case. So it doesn't even do anything here. Am I in the wrong? What is this? Gun turret. Okay. There must be something that I'm missing. This a solar. This is coal. Power plant is doing fine. Oh man, the coal is really running out fast, huh? Okay, so I know what to do. I need to make this, which means I need to make copper, and the copper deposit is in here. Hmm. You know what? Why not? Let's do it like this. I know we're supposed to be do it, doing doing stuff that is connected all the time, but we don't have that luxury right now, so we are just gonna make use of it like this. Do you think this will have power? Okay, we do. We do have power. Okay, interesting. Um, Conveyor belt. Insert a arm. Box. Okay, we do have this. We have some copper plate on for at our disposal. What to do? Can make copper cable. I am gonna make this area be the science lab research. Okay. Whoops, I forgot. I forgot that I need to put insert a arm. Is there a way for me to create a gate? Or is it not possible? Oh, I do. I do. Okay, I can make it. But it's gonna require a lot. It's gonna require military too. Okay. For now, this is gonna be suffice. I don't think I'm gonna need a steel box. Iron chest. Okay, for now that is done. Okay, and then what? I need to make oh man, I need a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I don't have. Let's start with assembling machine 1, which requires iron plate and iron gear. We don't have iron right now. What about in our car? We do have iron plate. Let's have that extracted. Copper ore. Um. Uh. Okay. Hmm. How can I divert the iron into this place? Because I don't really need it to go here just yet. I think I understand why I become so overwhelmed. It's because that there's already pre-built stuff around here. It's supposed to be a guide, I guess, but it is kind of confusing for me. Okay. You know what? I am just gonna do it like this. Put some, put all of our copper into that. And see how it goes. Now we have iron plate. Sorry, copper plate. We do need electricity somewhere around here. Interesting. Interesting that this is not enough. Doesn't reach that far. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay, in order for me to do this, I'm gonna need a lot of green juice and also red juice. Okay, let's somehow start. Look at this. What's up with all this clutter? I know this is assembling machine, but so confusing. This is also assembling machine. Same goes with this. This storage box, assembling machine. Another one. This is solar panel. I'm not even sure what is this. Can I even make an electric pole? Okay, I can. I'm quite surprised that this is not strong enough. You know what? In the meantime, why not? All of this is copper plate, right? Only 125. Okay. 123 to be exact. We do have a lot of assembly machine. So let's start doing that. I am gonna start putting assembling machine here. God, I really hope I'm making the right decision here. Okay, so what do I need? Um, I need to make, in order for me to make red juice, I need iron gear and copper plate. We already have copper plate here. We only need to make iron gear. Man, this is confusing. Um, so iron plate. The only iron deposit that we have right now is oof, oof. Okay. Um, what is this? Rail, iron ore. Oof, iron ore, stone, coal. Okay. I I think I think we're gonna extract this place first, I guess. Let's do an extraction point and then create a straight conveyor belt. And then I need to somehow divert it into this. Why is it not doing it like that? I have no idea. What are you doing? Hello? Okay, so don't need I don't need this Bezek. So all of this is a conveyor belt. This is long and inserter. This is output area. Gosh, okay. I am getting sidetracked. Let's start with putting extractor here. Or better yet, let's do the conveyor belt first. Um, Two more? Okay, and then put an electric mining drill. This should do it. Okay, now that is done. I'm so confused as to why this is the case. Why is the splitter acting like that? Split and or join transport belt cargo 1 to 1. The coal is not moving. That's a problem for us. Okay. Can I stand somewhere where without without being pushed away by the machine? So, okay, let me get this straight. The middle one, I'm so confused. I'm hella confused right now. Okay. I don't think we're gonna need this in this small amount of time. Do we need another splitter, do you think? Okay, hopefully this would do stuff. Okay, and then we are gonna need more of this electric pole. And we don't even have enough. Hmm, what to do, what to do. We don't even have space for it. Why is it? Okay, you know what? This is. So it's running out of ingredient, but there's ingredient here. What? Are you are you kidding me? I ran out of. Okay, okay. I see. Okay, okay. I can see things are moving. Now I just need to. What do I need to make? In order for me to make red juice, I need. Do I need to make red or green juice? Okay, which one is it? Electrical energy, what? Landfill can be placed on water to create terrain you can build on. Uh-huh. Okay, I do need to make gate. Gate is important for me to create a barrier for me to protect my electrical energy sources. So we're gonna need this. And we need to do this. Military. And we're gonna need 15-second. 20. Hmm. So I need equal parts of red and green juice. Easier said than done. So, in order for me to do... I... Okay. We need iron plate. We do have iron plate. In fact, I am gonna do it like this. God, I hope I'm doing the right stuff. Iron plate is there. And then let's... Is it iron gear that I'm supposed to make? I am so confused. Okay. Iron plate, iron gear. Okay, let's start with that. Oh man, we are running out of arms. Oh, okay. We already have the ingredient for me to make brick. Not brick, stone wall. Okay. Uh, I do need to make an inserter. The same recipe, but requires electronic circuit. Man, this is so so confusing. Um, yeah, I mean, let's do it like this then. I do need to make a inserter. Yeah, and then put a box somewhere around here, and here put that there. I do need to put electronic circuit in here. Whoops. Then put this here. Put arms here and here. Make green juice. Is it green juice? Hmm. Yeah, to make green juice. Electric pole somewhere around here. Okay, everything is connected, so that's good. Then I need to transport the finished product. We have an excess amount of coal. Hmm. This side is not doing its job, huh? Okay, okay. Okay, you know what? I can't. I can feel that. Okay, here's the thing about this game. It is really really fun. Uh, but I personally, I'm speaking this as my own opinion about about this game is that it is fun. It is really fun, so much so that I got so distracted that I didn't realize that I am streaming. But as a game for me to stream, it is extremely, extremely um not as stream friendly, I have to say, because yeah, sure it doesn't require that much brain power, but you do need to have some sort of planning. You need to do some sort of planning in order for you to make do to efficiently do stuff in this game. And in order for me to do some sort of planning, I need to I need to do some sort of either I am really really hyper focusing on stuff in the game, or I'm not talking at all during the stream, which defeats the purpose of me streaming games, because the purpose of me streaming is to, I don't know, play play the games so that I can share it with other people. But for me, for this kind of game where I don't get to talk that much, is not fun for me. Uh, so here's the thing. Maybe I am gonna play this game offline. This is very much kind of the kind of game where I'm gonna play offline, to be honest. And I don't know, maybe in the future if I decided to buy this game in the future, I will maybe play it on the multiplayer mode. I'm not even sure yet. But I guess that's it. That's it for the Factorio demo. Overall, I had fun. I had really, really fun playing this game. But it's not a game where I can stream efficiently. I can't I can't do the game. I can't stream at the same time. I can't play and stream at the same time efficiently. I can stream I can do both, but I can't do it efficiently enough for me to do it well enough for this game. Um so yeah, maybe that's why I'm not able to play Terraria. It's because I didn't get to interact with the stream that much. So yeah, overall overall I have very very good experience with the game, although this part is a little bit confusing because, to be honest, this section confuses the hell out of me. There's a lot of stuff where I know it's supposed to be a remnant of stuff, but it is confusing as hell. And I wish I could just, can I select everything? No, I can't. Can't? I can't. Okay, I really wish I could just, select all of this and delete and rebuild it on my own, basically. But I know that is not feasible, so we're gonna leave it at that. Um, I think that's it. That's it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Vigor 450, and thank you to Nero Stranger for dropping by and accompanying me on this head empty playthrough of this game. Um, oof. Um, I should. Okay, but for now, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not sure what kind of game I'm gonna play next week. Now that we have finished, I'm doing air quote. Now that we have finished playing Factorio, I'm not sure what kind of game I'm gonna play next. Maybe something else. I'll guess you guys just have to wait and see what kind of game I'm gonna play. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye.